Hello, welcome to Candid Conversations, and I'm the official Tracy Ricks. Today we're going to talk about how to have a stress-free holiday. But first, I want you to go ahead and click like on this video. Then I want you to subscribe to my channel. And then click on that notification bell so that you can become notified when I upload new videos. But today we're going to talk about how to have a stress-free holiday. Now, I know we sing this song and we say, "'Tis the season to be jolly." But for a lot of people, it's not that easy. So if you're one of the ones who's usually stressed out during the holidays, especially over these last 2 years with the pandemic and so much going on, then this session today is just for you. And I'm going to give you some tips on some things that you can do to start right now living in a stress-free zone, deciding that this is going to not just be a season that I'm going to be jolly, but I'm going to incorporate these tips into my daily life so that I can see permanent positive change every day. Now, the first tip I want to give you today on how to have a stress-free holiday is acknowledge your feelings, but don't be led by them if they are negative. So what do you mean? Some of you guys, during the holiday season, maybe Granny went to be with the Lord, or maybe, you've had some relatives or some people who you love who's not here anymore, and you've already said out of your mouth, "Oh, it's going to be horrible because, Johnny's no longer here, or Mary's not here, or Granny's not here." But I want you to make up your mind that I am going to have a different perspective on that. That I am going to make up my mind that I'm not going to let that stress me out. I'm going to acknowledge my feelings. Yes, I feel sad because they're no longer here, whoever it is. But I have made a decision that I am not going to let it stress me, that I am going to do everything I can, okay, not to allow that grief to consume me. Now, the Bible talks about this, and I'm going to share it with you. The word tells us don't grieve or sorrow as those who have no hope. So it don't tell us not to grieve, but we don't want to just, let it consume us to the point where we're stressed out, we're overwhelmed, and we're just down in the dumps. Have you been there? I've been there before, where it's like, oh, nobody knows the troubles I've seen. So I want to encourage you to acknowledge your feelings. I'm the kind of person I believe in getting it out so I don't take it out on others. Because if we don't get it out, you're going to take it out. If you're feeling grieved and sad or, worked up about, death or whatever it might be that's causing your feelings to be, out of whack. And I don't know if that's a word they still use. But acknowledge that you have those feelings. Acknowledge them, but don't be led by them. Just decide that I am going to press my way through this. I am going to speak it out of my mouth that I'm going to have a stress-free holiday. So that was the tip number one. Now, the second tip I want to give you guys is to reach out. If you're feeling overwhelmed and it seems like you just can't get it together, reach out. One of the suggestions I'm going to make is volunteer. A lot of people during the holidays, they need help with, feeding the hungry or the homeless, or maybe your church might need some volunteers. Find out what you can do to get involved so you can take your mind off of the stress that you usually experience this time of the year. So decide that you're going to volunteer, reach out. Talk to a family or friend. Maybe you're feeling, overwhelmed because you're trying to do life on your own. I believe in having people in our life that we can reach out to. And I thank God for those who he has placed in my life that I can reach out to, and I can be honest, I can be transparent. Once again, it's okay not to be okay. It's just not okay for us to stay that way. So I have people in my life, I can let them know, listen, this is a moment that I'm having. And they let me have those moments. Now, we're not camping out, but find someone that you can talk to, a family member, or if not a family member, a friend, or someone that care about you. And then also you can reach out to a counselor or maybe your pastor, but I'm here for you. You're not alone. So reach out. Don't, just sit there and wallow in that, whatever that emotion might be or that feeling, if it's negative, but reach out and say, I'm not going to be stressed out. Excuse me, guys. That was a tongue twister. I'm not going to be stressed out, but I'm going to reach out. Now, the third tip I want to give you guys, how to have a stress-free holiday, is be open for change. Now, I know with the pandemic and COVID and all this other stuff out here, all these different variants, we're not going to even try to name them all, that things have changed. Now, when things around me are changing, then I got to be open for the change. Instead of stressing out because my kids can't come home, I don't see my grandkids, and I'm going to be stressed. some other options. What else can we do? There's a lot of family who do it, who I know that did the family Zooms, come in from all over the world. Your grandchildren in Alaska, they can see grandma in Alabama, Georgia, or South Carolina, So family Zooms are a good way to connect. Video calls, FaceTime those who can't come in. But don't just sit there and say, ain't nobody coming home, and what am I going to do? And mama getting old, and mama just don't know because it's stressful. So find a new way, okay? Be open for a change. And you might just like it. I'm not saying it's got to last always. I know you have your family traditions. But it's important to be open for change, because if not, that can stress you out. What can you do about it? They can't come home. Or maybe they don't want to come home. Maybe they don't want to be around a lot of people, with all this out there right now. And that's their right. But you have a right also to not sit there and just say, I'm going to stress out. Give yourself the right to be open for change, okay? The last one, not the last one, but the next one. I think it's number 4 I want to share with you today about how to have a stress-free holiday. Set aside differences. Now, I'm going to take a few minutes with this one because I know about this one. We're not going to agree on everything. As family members, we're just not going to agree on everything. But set aside differences if you want to go home for the holidays and you're worried. Yeah, worried. How's it going to be? Because Aunt Jane, I'm throwing a name out there, going to come in and ask me why I'm not married still, and I'm going to cuss her out. Or, grandma going to come and she going to ask me why, am I still fat? Fat is just a matter of your opinion. Or if I go around cousin Ray, throwing a name out there, he's going to be drinking and I don't want to be bothered with that. Listen, set aside the differences. If you want to go and just make up your mind, I can't change anybody but myself. I made up my mind this some years ago, y'all. I can't change anybody but me. So if you want to go home and you're ready to go see mama, but you got to go through all of the hoopla that you don't want to go through, as long as it's not something harmful or toxic for you, just accept people for the way they are, for who they are. He going to get drunk and he going to, get in everybody's face and try to make everybody laugh. So, and maybe set a goal, a deadline that I'm only going to stay an hour. Because I know you get ready to get on my last 2 nerves, as you guys would say, and I don't want to be stressed out. And then if there's everybody got somebody in their family who's argumentative. Yeah, I think I said that right? Y'all help me. They like to have arguments, debates over everything. So if you want to go and, spend some time with the family, just decide if they say the sky is purple. I know somebody who do this all the time. Yeah. And just let it go in one ear and out the other. Like when you listen to, somebody that you don't want to hear and you just act like you're paying attention. Do them like that. So just decide, I'm going to go. I'm going to see my mom. I'm going to see my grandma. And I'm going to let what you say go in one ear and out the other. Your actions are not going to bother me. I'm not going to give my power away. If you think whatever, if you don't believe in women working and I do, I'm not going to argue with you about that. That's your opinion. Everybody got a right to their opinion, but I got a right to keep my power and not to let it stress me out because I know who you are. When people show you who they are, believe them. So when you go around these family members, if you want to go see grandma or your aunt or whoever, your cousins, and it could be a stressful situation, decide when you go in there that you're going to go in there and let your family be your family. You know how they are. Pray for them. I wouldn't go in there trying to change people. Oh, y'all going to hell. Ray, you still drinking all the time. And you're starting stuff. You know it's going to start some friction. You got the argumentative cousin or aunt, whoever it might be. Don't go in there trying to start a debate. Well, do you believe in abortion or not? And they're going to be argumentative. That's their opinion. Hey, everybody got one. Just decide I'm going to go in here in peace. And I'm going to leave out of here with the same peace that I brought with me. So that's just a nugget, all right? And then the last one for today I'm going to give you is that if holiday season, if this is stressing you out, you know that you don't want to spend a certain amount of money because you're thinking about what all you got to do. And that's wisdom. I understand it. Set your budget and stick with it. We talked about this in a previous video. I'm not going to spend, a whole bunch of money on toys that these grandkids don't appreciate, gonna throw away, or I'm not going to participate, in the company's Christmas party and everybody want to show out and see who can buy the most expensive gift, just decide I won't participate. Maybe if that's a day you can take off of work early, leave, don't go to the party if that's an option. But it's always a way out, okay, of stress. If you want a way out, you don't have to participate. So I would set a budget and stick with it, because you're really going to be stressed out if you're stressed before the holidays and then you go into holidays with more bills and more debts and just creating things, that's going to cause you to feel overwhelmed when the bill come out. So just decide that I'm going to stick with my budget, and you don't have to give people an answer for why you're not going to participate with the gift exchange or whatever it is. I'm just not going to do it. Just that simple. So this is part one. I have a part two coming up. You want to stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. But I'm going to recap. You guys know I like to recap to make sure you have all the information you need, okay, on how to succeed and to remain stress-free throughout the entire holiday, okay? So I'm going to remain stress-free. I'm going to start it stress-free, and I'm going to end it stress-free no matter what. So the first one I gave you guys, the first tip, acknowledge your feelings, but don't be led by them if they are negative. Just don't be led by them. The second tip I gave you guys is reach out. Maybe you can volunteer, talk to a family, a friend about how you're feeling. A counselor, reach out to me, or a pastor. Just decide I'm going to reach out. I'm not going to sit here and just wallow in my misery and sorrow and, just let life happen to me. And I'm going to just think about everything that I can think about that's been stressing the heck out of me. Say I'm not going to do that this year. The third tip I gave you guys, be open for change. Maybe if your loved ones can't come see you, then you guys can do a Zoom or a video call. There's options that you have instead of staying at home stressing out because things have changed. The fourth one I gave you guys, set aside differences. If you want to go see grandma, or if you want to go see whoever it is, and that, your family members can be, I wanted to say trifling, but that'll be ugly, wouldn't it? But they can be, dramatic. I'll say it in a nice way. Then set aside those feelings and let them be themselves, and you be you and do you. Just decide I'm coming in here stress-free and I'm coming out stress-free. Make a decision. That's simple. And the last tip I gave you guys for this session is set your budget and stick with it. Don't stress out over having to buy a gift. Jesus is the reason for the season. And just decide, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm not going to do, and stick with it. Well, this was part one, and I want you guys to come back for part two in my next video. So thank you guys for your time. Oh, also, you guys, I have a class coming up. If you have a business or a business idea, I have an upcoming class on December the 16th. I think that's the 16th, on that Friday night. So let me check my calendar to make sure, you guys, because I don't want to give you the wrong date. I'm just excited about what's happening. Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be on December the 16th. Yep, that's it. I got it right. On Friday, December the 16th via Zoom. So if you have a business or a business idea, you don't want to miss it. I have a amazing woman of God. She is a business, I call her, y'all know I love that word, guru. She's my personal business coach. Love her. She has an amazing testimony, y'all. She's a CEO boss queen, okay, with proven results. So I want you guys to join me and Dr. Smith. I'm calling her my doctor. I'm confessing it. But join us on that Friday night via Zoom. Registration is open now. Early bird is open. So go ahead and register. You can click on the link below. And also, if you're not able to come into that class live, it's a mini empowerment class, you guys, 1 hour power. Then you can also sign up and receive the replay once you register. So we're excited about the class. But first of all, let me say this again today. I am so excited about you connecting with me. We're growing, you guys. So we're growing and we're flowing. This is a tribe of action takers, celebrators, and congratulators. So go ahead and click like on my video. Leave me a comment about some things maybe you've learned today about living a stress-free holiday, a stress-free life, period, right? As the kids would say. But like the video, leave me a comment, but subscribe, okay, to my channel, and then click on the notification bell so that you can become notified when I upload my new videos. Why am I going fast? I'm going to slow down. Click on the notification bell. But we're going to have a jolly, good time. Happy Christmas, stress-free holiday. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to have, I'm talking about the best Christmas ever. That's just my confession of faith over you. And you're going to allow me to help you to maintain your stress-free new you. That's what I'm going to call it. A stress-free new you. with a new do if you want a new do. Well, I'm excited, you guys. Thank you for joining me today. And don't forget to share my video. I believe caring is sharing. I'll see you guys in my next video on part 2. Bye.